Welcome back,
What happened to the
everybody,
thing?
to a quarter hour with the
The
Bowers. Great. Well, Amy was swearing up a storm on our last recording, so she said that she didn't want me to post it. So here we are, recording a second one.
Of the night.
Second one of the night. Yay. Exactly what Amy wanted. Amy's tired.
It's 15 minutes. It's
Yeah.
only 8:50. The
Yeah, but-
night is young. We still have to watch an episode of Yellowstone after this.
Ooh, Yellowstone. Probably a lot of Yellowstone fans out there.
Yellowstoners.
So, Amy, if one of us was 400 pounds overnight, who would it be? Who would you want it to be, and why?
You.
And why?
Because he's dedicated and he's much more disciplined than I could be at attempting to lose 400 pounds. I'd probably just want to take the easy way out and get surgery.
That's exactly what you said last time.
It's the truth. Don't talk about the last episode.
Why not?
Because
We can't act like it never happened.
we don't need to. We're starting a new one. So
Okay.
stop bringing up the old one.
It's weird talking to you, looking at the camera, and talking into the microphone.
You have your host voice on.
What's my normal voice?
Not that.
What is my normal voice?
Not that.
How should I act then?
You're acting not like you.
Okay, what's me? Who am I?
Not that.
Okay.
That's a little bit better.
Okay. Here. Now I'm acting myself. Is that better? Do you want me to?
Look at how you're
Be more-
talking. Look at how you're talking. Is this better? Am I acting more like myself?
I don't know how to act myself when a camera
Look at
is
me.
on.
Gosh. This is you when you talk. I don't know how to act like myself.
Sometimes it's hard to act like yourself when there's a shining light on our face.
No, it's not. It's just a form of light.
It's just a form of light. Yeah, just forget about it, Mitch.
Just talk.
Just talk. What do you want to talk about, Amy?
Why I would want to be 400 pounds overnight.
Why you would want to be 400 pounds overnight.
Why was that a question?
Because if Amy was 400 pounds overnight, she would look like a hot dog. 5'2", as long as this table. That was such a stupid reference.
It's not a hot dog.
Can we start this over?
Sure.
No, we'll just keep going. Keep going through the pain.
Mm-hmm. So thank you for tuning in and listening to this painful episode.
Thank you for listening to our pain. Thank you for listening to the only time my wife and I talk. Once a week.
Once a week.
That's a stupid joke. I've been trying to carry that joke on for the last couple episodes, and I just don't.
Still not landing.
Still.
We are hitting.
Sometimes when you keep doing
You're
a joke,
circling the airport and not finding the runway.
it's cloudy out.
Yeah.
So, the sky is blue. Why is that, Amy?
Doesn't that have to do with light reflecting off the ocean?
Bingo.
Okay.
Now
Is
that we
this a
saw
trivia game?
now that we solved that issue. Do I still have my host voice on? I feel like I kind of still have my
You
host
do.
voice on.
You
Yeah,
do.
we gotta get rid of that. All right.
In other news, I want to get a chicken coop. And raise your hand if you think I should. Mitch isn't quite on board yet, but I'm going to make a chicken coop. I'm going to buy my chickens. USPS is just going to send them to my house. We're going to have some eggs. They
gonna get
just come in a box.
We'll get our chickens on Amazon.
Literally, it's like Amazon, but chickens.
Yeah, that's weird.
They just ship to you
In a cardboard box,
in a box.
and you just get a chicken.
Yeah. Might look like one of those frazzled ones where they have hair everywhere, or you can get your standard chicken that looks like a rooster.
What happens to the chickens when it's negative 20 degrees out?
They stay warm.
Okay.
We put heaters in there.
Okay.
Only in the winter.
There's no need to yell.
Sorry. We run out. So this is what I learned from my friend.
Did you just say sorry?
Yes.
You didn't argue after I said no need to yell.
Yes.
Wow.
Who am I?
That's a
Sorry.
topic. What is yelling?
Oh yeah, this is a good one.
Good one.
Should we go over it?
Sure.
Okay, you start. What's your version of yelling?
My version of yelling would be any sort of negative energy portrayed in your voice, or negative physical emotion portrayed via body language, facial expressions, just overall energy. Sometimes you give some forceful energy that maybe I consider as yelling, but it's not actually yelling, but it feels like yelling because it hurts my feelings.
My version of yelling is volume based with negative connotation.
Okay.
You can yell like, hoorah! That's not yelling. Well, I mean, it's yelling, but it's not yelling. Mitch, if I lay down the law and I get stern with him, he thinks I'm yelling. But that usually once I'm getting stern, it's because I've been telling him the same thing for probably the third time, and he's not listening. And then he says I'm yelling at him because he didn't listen the other 2 times.
That's because I can't hear screams. I can't hear yelling.
No,
it just goes in one ear, out the other.
Well, the first 2 weren't yelling.
Well, then I just can't listen. You think I have a listening problem?
Yeah, I probably do too, though.
I think we all do a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
An attention problem?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's probably because we're sitting on our phones a lot.
Can you be bored?
Good question.
How long do
Yes.
you think you can just sit?
And stare at a wall? Or what? Sit
You can just go sit on the couch if you want to. No sleeping. You just sit, no TV, no phone. How long do you think you'd last?
like 15 minutes? Why is that funny?
Because that's sad.
Is it?
Kind of. 15 minutes of just being bored.
I don't think that's that sad. I think that's just how humans are wired.
No, we were not wired this way 100 years ago, 200 years ago.
Well, what was going on 200 years ago?
Not a whole lot. We were much more bored then.
We were
Or busy. I mean, we were
also spending the day hunting our food and our
200
dinner.
years ago.
Yeah.
1823.
Yeah. There was no Apple 200 years ago.
Apple.
Apple, iPhone, Microsoft.
Oh, duh. It's like there were apples for sure.
There were
There were
zero
apple
apples in 1823. There was no apple trees.
Absent apple year.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there weren't no technology back then.
Okay.
Do you think you could make it in 1823?
Yes.
They picked you up right now, right into 1823. You think you could survive?
I think I'd be the smartest man there.
Do you think you could survive a month? Or is that too long?
Yes,
Like 3
absolutely.
weeks. You could die in 3 weeks, but
I absolutely think I can.
you could.
I think we would be the smartest people there.
I picked you up right now, threw you back there. What's your first move?
Find a friend.
Wrong. Blend in. I can't wear this in 1823.
What do I wear in 1823?
Probably breeches.
Okay, so I'd go to a clothing store.
Well, you're in secretively because they would know you're
Or
not
I
from
would
that time.
Or I would start my own clothing brand. How about that?
What if you had half the brain power of what you knew now going into 1823?
Okay, well, what would
What brains would you keep?
what would my brain be like with half
Half
brain
capacity.
power? I feel like I'm already at half capacity.
That's a good question. Hope we never find out.
Yeah, same. That would stink.
Would you start a podcast then?
I would start a podcast for sure in 1823.
Who's your first guest?
Who was alive. Like, is that like?
Well, for
I don't want to
landmarks.
say something really stupid.
For landmarks, 1776 is when America became America.
Okay, so that's like
Civil
George
War
Washington.
was 1860-ish.
Okay, so
With Abe Lincoln.
Abe Lincoln, the 15th president. So we're probably on
The
like
15th?
Abe Lincoln was the 15th president, or was he the 16th?
I don't know.
I think he was the
I'm
15th.
surprised you knew that.
I guess can be surprising sometimes.
Wow.
What were we talking about?
Who would be your first guest on your 1823 podcast?
Abe Lincoln.
He'd be like,
Well, I don't know any of the presidents
10.
before. I don't know anybody who was born in or who's alive in 1823. Like Ben Franklin, is that 1823? I don't even know.
I don't know.
When was electricity? Einstein?
Ooh,
Was Einstein around?
We should have our phone. Your computer. When was electricity invented? Do you
No,
know?
we don't Google anything. We just show people how stupid we are.
I
bet most of the people listening don't know anyone.
Bet someone out there does.
Someone probably.
Of our listeners. And I have faith in you, listener, who knows the answer. I'm going to go with when was electricity invented? I'm going to go with 1805.
Wow. All right. Now I got to Google this.
You have to guess before you Google, though.
I'm going to guess, when was electricity invented? I am going to guess.
Stop looking. Cheater.
Ben Franklin in approximately 600 BC.
Okay.
Oh, no. 1660, a machine. 1745. 1752, Ben Franklin conducted his famous experiment. So 1752. So they had electricity. They had light bulbs.
So you didn't even guess.
My guess is 1752.
This is why he's annoying.
I'm annoying, and I'm sorry. How do I be less annoying?
Play the game. Don't try and make your own rules. Stop cheating.
Didn't we talk about your competitiveness last week?
Yes.
It's ironic how that
flash forwards, flash backwards.
Deja vu.
Isn't deja vu dreaming it and then it comes true?
Maybe. Or
are we stupid? We can't even.
I feel like my brain doesn't really work right now. I feel like my brain is.
I had a rough night's
turned
sleep.
off.
So my lack of brain power tonight is due to that.
I just never have brain power.
True.
Yeah.
Yet
So that's where we're at.
Yet somehow we have a home.
Somehow we have a home.
With no brain power.
Yeah. It's interesting how that works.
It is.
Yeah. Well, that's okay.
And another thing we could talk about is we're in the process of fixing up our cabin.
You want to talk about that? What do you want to talk about with that?
We're just starting to kind of pick things out a little bit.
Yeah, that's kind of your alley.
Starting to figure out what we're going to do after our flood.
Yeah.
Month-long flood.
Yeah, I think I talked about it with Nick on that podcast, but it was kind of towards the end, and I don't know how many people actually made it like 2 hours and 30 minutes in.
You posted a 2.5 hour podcast.
I did.
Know your audience, pal. What are we at now?
14 minutes and like 10
That was
seconds.
50 seconds. Yeah, I'm excited to do the cabin. I will say that.
Yeah.
Nervous and excited.
A pipe burst in like 5 different places at our cabin, which is kind of unfortunate.
So we're starting our remodel quicker than we had anticipated and planned for when we purchased this property.
So if anyone is looking to buy a 2008 Malibu LSV, we have one for sale.
Wake setter.
Wakesetter. Yeah, Wakesetter.
Comes with the wake surfing board, trailer, and the lift.
Yeah.
We just won't get much use out of it in the next couple years with littles.
Right.
She's just going to sit there being pretty by herself.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. We're going to miss her, but it's time to...
Hopefully we get a decent amount of money from insurance, but it doesn't sound like we're going to get as much money as we would like from insurance. So we got to start selling stuff so that we can have a livable cabin or rentable, because it'd be nice to be able to rent it this summer.
Our plan this summer was to rent it the whole summer. And then this happened.
And then it flooded. And then we turned the basement into a swimming pool.
Yeah. But it'll be fun. And I think we're keeping more things than I thought we would. Like the kitchen cabinets. I thought those would be toast for sure.
Kitchen cabinets are actually in good shape.
So, yeah. Did all the pots and pans and plates get tossed?
No, I think they're still in the cabinets.
Oh.
They're probably fine.
How do we know that the water didn't touch them?
Well, we can clean them.
Oh, so many dishes. No. Anyways.
All right. Well, thanks for watching this week's episode of A Quarter Hour with the Bowers.
It was so nice chatting with you.
Sorry we are stupid and don't know anything.
We rely on Google.
But, yeah, like I said, I'm probably not going to really be posting these on social media anymore. Mm-hmm. Because I sometimes think that we shy away from talking about things because of how we feel maybe other people will feel, or
controversy.
Not that we talk about controversial things, but what do you want to get into?
Nothing.
You want to talk about some controversy?
No, I don't.
Let's talk about some controversy, Amy.
Nope.
Who'd you vote for in the last election?
Nope.
All right. Have a fantastic Tuesday night or Wednesday or Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday, whenever you are watching. Bye.
Doodaloo.